人類に栄光あれ。
人類に栄光あれ。
人類栄光あれ。
Yeah, but we can always build more killbots.
Hey everybody! Oh my word, that's all in the way, isn't it? How are we doing? Let's see if we can get that. If we can get that. Let's see if we can. Hey, it's a Shirato!
Just want to say, Saxtus is a legend. That is all.
Saxtus is a legend. How are you doing, Shirato? Shirato, 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 Shirato. Right, let's remove that. Don't need that, and then it's out of the way as well. Teeny Tiny, how are you? Purpley Spark is in a meeting, so she's not even here. Unbelievable. Sitting here painting her models, and she's not even here for it. At work, so I should probably do some, but enjoying Saxtus helped me plan out my Crusade faction. Nice. Yes. Dark Eldar, I like it. Drukari. Drukari. Which way are you going though? Are you going to go? Kabbalites, which are. Oh, it's a one-stop. How are you doing, dude? Holla back at you. 50 months, man. How are you? How are you? I wish Eldar were legends. Eldar are legends. Eldar are legends. They are very, very much legendary.
You know damn well that I still keep an eye on the monitor, Christopher. Fuck. Moo.
Christopher? Who the fuck is Christopher? So that means Purpley Spark will notice if I sand all the paint jobs off her Empress children. I'm going more Drukari Ynnari. Why are you going Ynnari?
You are Christopher.
No, I'm Christopher. I think Christopher is up the road from Gloucester. Christopher is up the road from Gloucester. Oh, Christopher and Gloucester. Wouldn't that just be more work for you? Yeah, it would be. I probably better not do that, really, hadn't I? Seeing as I've got to try and get these done nice and pronto. Pronto. We are going to do the Terminators today. So we're going to get some Terminators.
Also Hype Train.
We're going to Hype
And
Train.
don't forget to advertise yourself while I'm in my meeting, Christopher.
Yes, Hype Train. Hype Train, level 1 Hype Train already. Wow. Yes, I will do adverts. We'll advertise myself when we've got a bit more in. It does let me be a bit more smite my friend who bought me in, who is also playing Emperor's Children. Yeah, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll bring that one out just so that we can have some fun. There it is. There's number 5. 5. There we go. So we've got all that 5. Get those out of the way. Yes. Okay, I'll turn the music on. Turn the music on as well, and I am re-priming that because I don't like the blue. I don't like the blue. The blue, I don't like it. What music is it today? How is everybody though? And hello, Tobes. How are you? Yeah, what music is it today? What music is it today? Level 1 Hype Train. Level 1 Hype Train. And it's a Tari! Hey, Tari.
Yes, I'm a gatekeeper and a hater. I'm also God's favourite princess and the most interesting girl in the world.
Hey, Tari. How are you? How are you? You like the blue? Looks good. No, it doesn't.
Hazardous anomaly detected. Quarantine activated.
It might look good because I've painted it well, but I don't like it. Like the red will look just as fine because I'll paint it well. Excited Moore and Marcus have settled on doubles list. The double Primarch, Demon Primarch list is kind of fun. Yo, Ren, how are you doing? Are you in a mood today? Ren, why are you in a mood today? Why are you in a mood today? We need to at some point we need to paint the Doom Ball as well. Maybe we should throw some.
All hail and Huddletary II, High Empress of all the stuff everywhere, ruler of all the castles, but mostly Kensington, painter extraordinaire, super duper extra mega nice person, and artillery tarry for trench crusade. Also fucking refuck Erebus.
Yes, indeed. Yes. Yes. Tari. I've sent you a team name and possible t-shirt. You're going to make a t-shirt? Amazing. Tari. I was agreeing with the sentiment even if I painted it well. I don't like it. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. No, it looks good because it's painted well. That's all it is. I don't like it. That means I need to open up Messenger. There's Messenger. Oh shit, I've got loads of messages. Oh shit. That's amazing. That's brilliant. I really like that. That's brilliant. Squeezel, how are you, dude? How is the Squeezel man? The Squeezel legend. The Squeezel legend is here in chat. Here in chat. Here in chat. The Squeezel legend is here in chat. He is here in chat. Yay! Squeezel legend is here in chat. Here in chat. Here in chat. The Squeezel legend is here in chat. He is here in chat. Lurking for realsies. Why are you working for realsies? Tired. Spent most of my 2 days driving. Driving where? Where are you driving? Squeezel legend is here in chat. Around TX. Driving around TX. I really need to order some new brushes. Exclamation mark brush. Although I do need to sort that affiliate link out. It's fine. Sunday was to see a very old friend for the first time in 20 years. Monday was for work. Nice. It's always cool seeing friends. Always cool seeing friends. $750 miles? What car did you drive? How's everybody's day going so far? Have Games Workshop dropped any funky stuff? Is there any funky stuff happening on the work of the games? There we go. Just my yeah, the drop pod. Yeah, the drop pod. I mean, the drop pod's fine. It's just 40k just feels so unimaginative at the moment. The Emperor's Children stuff's quite nice. I do quite like the Emperor's Children stuff. Guess whoever thought the Primaris drop vehicle should be grav tanks finally lost out. What, like a repulsor? They just throw a repulsor out of the spaceship, and it hovers when it hits the ground. Hovers when it hits the ground. 40k has moments, but yeah, it feels a bit bleh. It does have its moments. I mean, you can't deny it does have its moments. Trying to think of one. I like the store anniversary. Is it the store anniversary or the? It might have been the Warhammer Plus model. That Inquisitor was really cool. I like that one. 2 of them in a box. Oh, do you get 2? Do you get 2 in a box? That's a bit weird. Why do you want 2 drop pods? That one is all fur, and then a little bit of cloth here. I do have to come up with and think about what I want to paint for Golden Demon. So at some point I should do that. What calorie am I going for? Loads of them. last one is the one with the big sonic boom boom gun. And we will touch up Glorfindel as well and get Glorfindel back in. We need to redo Glorfindel's base. There we go. Right. Excuse me. Oh wow. Yawny yawny. Chaos Terminators are cool. Chaos Terminators are definitely getting there, I think. They're definitely getting there. They're looking on the funky side at least. How's your day going, Tari 2? What are you up to? Yes! Oh. It's the Tomb King Tristan. How are you doing, Tomb King Tristan? Nice to see you, dude. Work, 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 work. Everybody's on the work, work, work. I'm on the work, work, work as well. I'm on the work, work as well. I'm on the work, work as well. Got Lasagna tonight. We're going to watch a little bit of football. And then I have ordered the Gundam tools and bits, like the scribers and things. Because like I said yesterday, I sold the Bone Giant, that large Bone Giant that I printed myself, and I thought was too large. Sold that on eBay. So that's a big help. Nice day of the year so far. I'm thinking bubble tea. Nicest day of the year for the Tomb King Tristan. Tomb King Tristan, I was saying yesterday, we're going to have to do a Tomb King Tuesday really, really soon. Because A, I'm having withdrawal symptoms, and B, I need to get my Tomb Kings done for TSN. And also, it would be really cool to get the vast majority of that all finished before the... Well, not the vast majority, but I want to get some of it finished before the Wood Elves come out. Although the wood elves will be a lot of airbrushing. I have a plan for the wood elves. I have a plan for the wood elves. Tomb King Tuesdays are the best. Tomb King Tuesdays are the best, especially when special guest star Tomb King Tristan is also in attendance. I'm gonna get the rest of my bone giant printed so that maybe I can throw some, because he's going to have quite a lot of copper armor on him, so that would be quite cool to paint the copper. Paint the copper on him and get that done. Need to touch more black paint in that wash. What are you going to paint on the first Tomb King Tuesday that returns? I think you should join in. I think you should book a day off work, Tomb King Tristan, and join in on the first Tomb King Tuesday. Returning very, very soon. Tomb Kings are awesome, aren't they? Tomb Kings are awesome, aren't they? Oh, that bone giant is looking really cool. Mental Health Day. Always look after yourself and give yourself time. And then I also have the witch elves for my dark elves. Need to get those cast up and everything. Got the old classic Juan Diaz ones. Someone say Dark Elves. Yeah, I've got the old Juan Diaz Dark Elf Witch Elves. So I've got loads of these, which I'm going to do for my Witch Elves in my Old World army. That should take the army up to 3,000 points. Thinking I could use a day to touch up my Tomb King and pound out the base coats on my ghouls. That does sound like a plan, Tomb King Tristan. You got 40 of them. I've only got 30 of them. I might have to find another 10. It's awesome you got 40 of them though. That's really cool. That's really cool. What's in the rest of your Dark Elf army? I have, so I've got 40 spearmen, because you have to have a nice big ranked up 40 spears. So I've got 40 spearmen, I've got 20 repeated crossbows. I've got 30 of the awesome witches. Recently it was rookie numbers. What, 30s rookie numbers or 40s rookie numbers? Tobes is always very judgmental. Yeah, so I've got that. I've got 5 Cold One Knights. I've got 1 Chariot. I've got a Dark Elf Lord on a dragon. I've got a Morathi. I've got an old classic Morathi, the old classic metal one. I've got the new Morathi from Age of Sigmar, which is cool. I've got a Hydra. What else have I got? 2 repeater bolt throwers. 3 assassins. I think I've got 3 assassins because I really like the assassin model. So I've converted up 3 assassins. Yo, Baz, how are you, dude? I'm good, thank you. How are you? How's Sanguinius looking?
Great. Focus! Focus!
Thank you.
Focus!
more contrast on the black, which is looking good. Just started 6 night shifts in a row. Oh wow! Sanguinius is all done. I've moved on to Eidolon, Blood Angels, Praetor, and a secret project. Wow! The meeting was shorter than expected. Well, welcome back, Purples. That means we have Purples here for a little bit longer. So we've started doing some shading on these now. We've changed the camera angle a little bit, so we're a little bit more on top. However, we can also zoom in a little bit if we want to. But for the moment, we'll stay there like that. This guy's just looking cool. I don't know how much of a black that is. Not really. Okay. Looks pretty good, right? Purples. How are you finding painting them? They're really nice. I would really like to be able to spend a bit more time on them. I think they've got a lot of detail which you can have quite a bit of fun with. I'd probably paint mine similar to this colour scheme. I think I might do a little bit more kind of cross colour scheme. I don't know, I'm not sure, but yeah, they are really nice and I do really like them. Pink dice are the best you've seen for a long time, are they? Yeah, I really like them. Hopefully Purples does as well.
Reminder for you, Christopher. Element still has boxes available. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I can't buy. I can't buy. Exclamation mark Element. If anybody does want to grab any, helps me out. But yeah, I can't. How much is the box on Element? I don't want to know. I can't. I've got to grab Gundam stuff. There we go. What boxes? The Emperor's Children box. So the Emperor's Children came in an army box, which is really rather nice, and it had an awful lot of models in it, including 12 Noise Marines, which is fantastic. And I was really tempted because I really like the models. Hey, Twitch lady.
Seems like their stock went too, Christopher. And they were £145.
Oh, the stock went to 0. Okay, so they're sold out. Okay. Well, at least that's some. At least that means that I don't have to worry about it anymore.
No more stock. You missed your chance.
Yeah. That's fine. Damn it. Yeah, at least I'm not. At least I don't have to. Damn it. Okay. Never mind. Hey, Twitch lady.
The box of 6 Noise Marines is £34. Wink wink nudge nudge.
No. No. No, 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 no. No, I have Necromunda. I guess I have to do one of my other 13 armies. I know, but the Emperor's Children were just really cool, weren't they? I should add more to my Night Lords. Made a mistake at Salute, didn't get Sons of Bearmat Spearhead. Then realised games were sold out. The campaigns. Oh no! Check element. Have Griffin not got any? Exclamation mark Griffin as well. So there's two. Right, let's do a quick shout out for everything then, because as has been reminded, I do have to promote myself a little bit more, which is incredibly difficult for me. I do find it, as I'm sure most people do, find it difficult to kind of promote yourself. But thank you very much for coming and hanging out and tuning in and chatting, which is the easiest way in which you can support me. Thank you very much, it means a lot. Just hanging out here and keeping Twitch chat kind of ticking along and chattering away and asking questions and taking a piss or whatever. Thank you very much for all that. There are a few other things that you can do. You could grab something from any one of my affiliate links. So I've got a Redgrass affiliate link for the Redgrass wet palette, which I've got over there. You can also get the really cool...
Holy fuck, Christopher. Update the fucking Jackson affiliate link. Fuck.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, I will. What was I going to say? Yes, so if you want the Redgrass wet palette, which is, in my opinion, the best wet palette on the market, there are some that are okay. A wet palette is a wet palette. However, the bit that makes a wet palette different from everything is in my opinion anyway, the foam. And the Redgrass foam holds shitloads more water than anything else I've ever used a wet palette for. So it's fantastic. So it's great for that. You can use, if you ever grab any Warhammer stuff and you're in the UK, please consider using my affiliate links for Element Games or Griffin Gaming. So if you're further up north in the Midlands and things like that, Element Games, there's a lot of Element Games up here, and a lot of people use them. So if you do grab anything from Element Games, if you do !Element, there is an affiliate link linked into that command, and also a crystal code, so you get double points as well, loyalty points, which you can then use to put back into your orders later down the line. And then also, if you are further down south, you can use Griffin Gaming, also fantastic. And that's !Griffin. Now, if you use the !Griffin command that pops up in my chat, you get 5% off your order. So it's you don't get loyalty points as much. You just get like price off the order. So !Griffin. Now, both of those links are linked to your cookies, so if you click on any of those links and then you order something a couple of days later from there, it remembers. So even if you're not going to grab anything now, just click on those links and then the cookies will remember you when you do grab something. Thank you very, very much. You can, if you want, some commissions, so anything from an entire 2,000 point Emperor's Children army, like Purpley Spark is getting here, all the way down to like a single model, like a centerpiece for your army, or a Blood Bowl team, or a Shatterpoint team, or anything like that, then drop me a message. We've got a few commissions lined up at the moment that I am currently working on, including Sharato's Amazons, Emperor's Children's, Purple Spark's Emperor's Children, and things like that. But we can definitely get you in once we've kind of sorted all those out and things. There's also my website where I've got a 3D printing web store, so you can go and have a look on there. There's !T-shirt if you want to get some of my old T-shirt designs. I used to photograph for car magazines, and I used to make T-shirts from some of my car photography photos. So you can grab a T-shirt if you do !T-shirt. Or simply, if you just want to hang out and chat to everybody who's awesome, do !Discord, and then you can hang out in Discord as well. So there is my very fumbled, somebody needs a link tree. That's not a bad idea, actually. That's not a bad idea. I should probably do a link tree. That's not too bad, actually. Although, isn't Linktree just used if you have OnlyFans? So you don't have to put an OnlyFans link on your profile. Yeah, there we go. That's everything. The big ones are obviously my website. So !3D will take you to my website, and !Element and !Griffin, because those affiliate links, I just get a little bit of a cut from each of your orders. It doesn't cost you anything, but it's a huge help to me for when I need things like paints, or little kits here and there. When I need something for a project, those affiliate links help me out massively. So thank you very much if you do use them. But if you want to put your Fronly fans on there as well, you can as well. Tari. My Fronly fans link is by request only. But yeah, that's all my like affiliate links and things. If you are in my Discord, there is an affiliate links page in my Discord. It's right at the top of the Discord, and there's all the links in there. So if you ever do want to grab anything from Element Games or anything, or you can just set your Element Games or Griffin Games to my affiliate page in your bookmarks bar, and then every time you go there, it will link it to that anyway, and things like that. So that's a really cool way in which you can help out. Just set your Griffin Gaming page on your bookmark bar to my affiliate link. It's a really, really cool way of doing it. But yeah, how's everybody's day? And then we have coming up. We have another raffle coming up, which is going to be the cadaver merchant from Necromunda. We're going to paint the 2 cadaver merchants and set them up on a little diorama base with holes cut out of it so that their bases slip into them. And that will be really cool, and that'll be really fun to give away. We're going to start that on my birthday, hopefully, if I can remember to get the models for then. Obviously I've got to get 2 sets of the models because I want one as well. It's under the name Chris Possin. Mr. Slippy Fist. What? Chris was wondering if that holder and Shatterpoint stuff has shipped yet. May have missed a notice on it. No, not yet. Not yet. I need to grab some more bubble wrap because 3D prints are a nightmare to ship. So I've got to get some more bubble wrap. Not shipped yet. Will do. Will do. I'm on it. I'm on it. Went drinking with them at GriffCon. Nice one. Nice one, Jem. I've used both companies, both brilliant. Yes, yes, I like both of them, which is why I'm affiliated with both of them. I don't affiliate with douches, basically. Harumph, how's your day? Yeah. What's I don't know. Linktree sounds a bit too 21st century for Chris. Oh really? How do you set up a Linktree then? Do I just go to linktree.com and set it up? The spreadsheet minds beckon. Spreadsheet minds, eh? Spreadsheet minds are beckoning. Spreadsheet minds are beckoning. Chris has an OnlyFans page. No, Sophie, not for you because you're way too young.
Potato pics have been posted.
Potato pics? Let's go and give everybody their potato fix. Particularly because Tari is in chat. And we have photographs to show Tari, don't we, from yesterday? We have potato pics to show Tari from yesterday. Right, meow. I'm going, look, I'm going. You're interrupting a very important brushstroke on Purpley Sparks' commission. There we go. Right, let's go have a look. I did drop some slightly different stuff in Whip. Nice. Just over 18, Sophie, so you got about 6 or 7 years. There we go. Furry pussycats. Right. Oh my word. Is that Poe? She is turning tortoiseshell, isn't she? Eye bleach. Oh, classy tiger. Leo's just like a little fluff ball. Leo looks like the fur that Games Workshop sculpt. Like Leo's got like a little bit of fur, 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 a little bit of fur. Right, Tari. We should definitely show Tari. Oh. should definitely show Tari. Where's Poe looking all... There we go. Is she a proper sassy tortie? Tari. Tari. Hi, Tari. I'm amazing. I'm amazing. I can do whatever I like. La 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 la. Tato always watches every other stream apart from mine. She doesn't watch my stream anymore. Oh, she knows she's pretty. Yeah, she knows she's pretty. She knows she's pretty. She knows she's pretty. Standard tortie behaviour. Giblet is the same. Good old Giblet. Yeah, I should probably go and have a look in the stream gallery as well. We'll go and have a look in the stream gallery in a second. If anybody wants to throw anything up in the stream gallery to show off on stream, do that now before we go and have another quick check. We'll go and have a look in there in a second. So if you've got anything that you're working on, throw it up in the stream gallery, please. I wonder what Sophie's working on. Sophie, what are you working on? All seem cool, though less interested in the Autarch. Battle Line Witches are better than Cabalites. SG Transport, Venom, Raider, a lot to take in. Mostly I like pure Rangers, Race Guard, Incubi, Reavers, and less Troop and Scorpions. Don't know mechanics? Yeah, you don't need to know mechanics. That works though. That works though. Witches are great in Ynnari. They're really fun. Witches in Venoms. Everybody's on the lurk. Everybody's off on the lurk now. Question is, when I do my witch elves for my dark elves, how do I get the blue army colour into them? Not having a codex yet. It doesn't really matter. Like the codex armies are they're no different. Like there's no deficit to not having a codex. It's not really hindered at all, Shirato. Everybody's got loads of detachments now. The Drukhari detachments are really good. The Ynnari detachment's pretty good. There's no downside to not having a codex anymore. And it's also, yeah, and it's also Crusade. Break some NDA? Nope. Is there much point in having a codex these days? Seems not to me, unless it's your first time collecting the army or you are a collector. No, not really. So the rules, if you play the army a lot, then yes, because you need to have access to those rules. And it's just annoying to constantly go to like 40k Wikipedia or something. So if you play the army a lot, then yes, get the codex. Because you want to like flick between the pages and try out combinations, and like when you've got like the Emperor's Children have got 6 detachments. So you want to be able to flick between the detachments and the units to see which units you can kind of synergize in with the tactics and stuff. So if you play the army a lot, then yeah, get the codex. If you don't, it's not that important. Like I haven't actually got any of the arcane journals, and I know that's not 40k, but I definitely haven't got any of the 40k codexes. I do obviously get sent the codexes to review for you, so I have a PDF copy of them sometimes, so I can review them for you, but no, I don't tend to get. I mean, 40k, for some reason I fell out with 40k when I ordered my Necron limited edition codex, and they didn't send it because they oversold, and I was apparently, despite buying it at 1 minute past 10, I was apparently not one of the first people to order it. So I kind of fell out with 40k then anyway. I never quite got back into it since. Yeah, you can make the rules. You can use the rules for free. I mean, they all have at least 2, I think, that you can use for free, because they all got one in Christmas, didn't they? Oh, one. But yeah, then you can't get to the. Data cards in the app without the codex, which is the issue. But yeah, needing a codex is not a level of power anymore, which is probably pretty good. That's a good thing to do. So that's all right in that sense. Yeah, they lock the rules behind there. It's not a backward step. You were never able to get the rules for free. Right, what do we need to do now? Let's get some gold out. But no, it's not helpful. It's not helpful. I've said for years that the army builder should be free. Everybody knows that. I've said it for years because that's the bit that sells you the models. It's nothing groundbreaking to say that. It's been said for years about Games Workshop. I've got to make sure that, yeah, the Warhammer Plus sub. Oh, the AOS, yeah. Just got to wait for it to kind of tick in. Maybe one day the codexes will go back to being like really lore orientated, and they will be like a collector's book that everybody gets because they like the army, rather than the rules being locked behind them. Because I still think they'd sell. Obviously I can't comment on whether they would sell to the same quantity that they sell if you lock the rules behind them, but I feel like they would. Yeah. Yeah, so they put the rules in the boxes. Yeah, that's fine, Sophie. Not many people subscribe to Warhammer Plus, Sophie. Again, nothing groundbreaking about that either. Yes. Again, nothing groundbreaking there either, Toby. Like everybody said for years that they should do free online rules that update. But I'm guessing they look at their overheads or their profit and loss sheet and go, wow, codexes make a lot of money. It's hard for them to look away from codexes make a lot of money, rather than if we change the codexes to have lore in them rather than the rules in them and people don't have to buy them, will they still buy them? So I actually do, but largely for the annoying access to World White Dwarf. I mostly care about faction-specific battle traits. If the rules were free online, they would be changing them all the time. So there's pluses that like there's. Are people drifting away from 40k? Nope. You see more Necromunda. Probably just wherever you're looking, Sophie. There is a lot of Necromunda, yes. But no, nobody's drifting away from 40k. 40k is huge. We have a very particular audience in here, so less of this audience is going to be too interested in 40k because of all the they change the rules so often and things like that, and the models aren't interesting, or I don't want to play with tournament players and things like that. But no, 40k is huge. It's not going anywhere. It's not lessening. It's getting even bigger. Necromunda is becoming even more popular, and more people are kind of not really diverting, but kind of moving and having a look and exploring Necromunda. I think that's fair to say. Male. Yeah, that's the best thing about that's the best thing about having those rules available, is that you can concept plan armies all the like to your heart's content, and then you end up with sales because people have gone, oh, that's a cool army, I'm going to go and buy it. You could talk about this and kind of bitch about Games Workshop stuff for ages, but ultimately they're doing really well. They're the reason we're in the hobby. They're the reason we're hanging out and painting. And for the most part, we all enjoy what they do. Historical and Marvel. Nice. The Games Workshop just encourages all those discourse minis kind of approaches, like just random hatred for no particular reason. What historical stuff are you playing, Soph? Or thinking about playing, or trying to play, or? I do want to check that Test of Honor stuff. Tobes, are you at all tempted to try any of that Barons of War stuff, or at least paint some models or anything? Or are you sticking with Underworlds? Company can still behave in a pretty bad way despite having a good... Yes, they can. Yep. Look at AK. Look at AK. Arguably they do have some really good products. But any company that uses the Holocaust to try to sell their products, pretty shitty in my opinion. But you still see the AK products all over the place because some of the community either don't know about it or don't care about it. Like that AK texture paste for bases, it's all over the place. Loads of people using it. I use the Vallejo ones because the AK companies are douches. Just, I'd far rather promote these guys because this is actually quite cool. As usable in as many game systems as possible. I started trying to kind of brainstorm things like that, like with the Soul Blight Gravelords, but Soul Blight Gravelords go to Old World, and then the square and the round are like, it's too much hassle. And the only real ones that you can make usable in different ones now are demons. So I stopped worrying too much about that. And then my Soul Blight Gravelords of AOS. I don't know whether I'll ever actually do vampires in Old World. I'll probably just paint a couple of models as like diorama pieces or something, display pieces. And that's a little bit more of a difference because I will happily paint something just to have it painted and have it sitting on my shelf painted, rather than have to have an end result for it. Sometimes you can what's the word, paralyze yourself in terms of, oh, I need a reason to paint this model. I can't just like and I've done this as well, like I need a reason to paint this. Like if I paint it, what's going to happen down the line? Like I need to have it usable in a game in case in 10 years time I end up with a vampire count army or something, rather than, oh, I'm going to put it on a nice plinth because then I'll never be able to use it, but it will look cool. And I've kind of accepted that a little bit more now, that I like painting things and just sticking them on a plinth, or they don't have to be based in an army. Also because I've got so many. For me, it's a space problem. Yeah, I know that. Oh, jeez. Oh, I can sympathise with that. So, yeah, there are different reasons people paint. Hendy paints so that he can play with the models. Rob from The Honest Wargamer paints for the purpose of using the models on the tabletop, and he hates painting. He has no fun painting at all, but his end game, his end result, end goal, is to use the models painted on a table in games. Whereas my end goal changes all over the place. Sometimes I paint for competition, sometimes I paint just to have a model painted, sometimes I paint because Games Workshop have sent me something and I need to paint it for an article, sometimes I paint for YouTube, sometimes I paint for commissions, sometimes I paint for my army. So I've got all sorts of different things, and trying not to let them... The hardest one for me is when Games Workshop sends me something and I have to paint it for an article. Well, if I'm painting it for an article, I'm not painting it for a competition, and if I'm painting it for an article, then maybe I could use it in an army, therefore it has to fit into my army, therefore I have to come up with a colour scheme if it's an army I don't have that I like. because otherwise it's kind of wasted, if that makes sense. So heresy is historical. Yes, for Warhammer players it's historical, but for Sophie, no. That's Sophie sitting on this fence getting splinters. So yeah, that's why I paint, and that's like the challenge sometimes, because some of these can conflict. Like this guy came out, and he was sat in a box for ages. I was like, wow, he's really nice, but I don't know whether I want to paint him just to paint him and have him on a display. But then if I put him on a plinth, I'll never be able to possibly use him for a Soul Black Gravelord's army. And then obviously I fell into the, okay, all the vampires I may as well do as a Soul Black army. So they all went on bases and cool little things, and just painted it really nicely. So like this guy. Like that guy, the Drukhari guy. Like he was all converted up. But does he go on a display base, display plinth with Lilith for Golden Demon, or do I stick him on a base for my Drukhari army? Because he, as an Archon for the Drukhari army, would look amazing, wouldn't he? Whereas this guy will probably get painted up to go on a. He'll probably get painted up to go on a diorama display plinth for Golden Demon, because he's really rather cool. Anyway, there we go. I'm not saying that either, Captain Mannerings. I'm not like disagreeing with anything that anybody said. I'm just saying like this is what I paint, and I tried to think about having things like, I really like your solution for AOS and Old World, where you've got those little bases that the bases slot into. I think that's really cool. It's not for me, but it's really cool, and it's a really clever way of being able to make your Dark Elves be usable in Old World and AOS. I think that's really, really cool. So I'm just having a brain fart of thoughts around the subject, rather than going, well, I don't agree with what you're doing, because you're doing what paints for you. You're doing what works for you in terms of motivating for painting. Sophie only paints for fun, because she doesn't have any armies, so she just does dioramas, as she's been saying. So and there's an interesting, I still think there's an interesting kind of conversation to have about whether you actually enjoy the hobby or not, because there's a lot of painting is so stressful. Well, if the painting's stressful, then you're not enjoying it, therefore it's not a hobby. Like, you shouldn't be doing a hobby that has power over you. You should be doing a hobby that you have power over, because you spend all day doing something that has power over you, in inverted commas, at a job. Like, you have to go to work, you have to do the job, you have to do what your manager tells you to. So that's the bit that has power over you. If you come back home and then you're doing a hobby that also has power over you and gives you anxiety for painting, or you're worried about painting and things like that, like, oh, I haven't got any motivation, therefore I can't do painting, and I can't keep up with my friends who are posting on social media or showing me pictures of models that they've painted, then you need to kind of take a step back and reassess whether you're actually enjoying the hobby or not. 4, potentially 5 spearheads out of the Dark Elves. So Captain Mannerings and Tomb King Tristan do a really cool thing, in my opinion, because they paint. So Captain Mannering's doing it with Dark Elves, Tomb King Tristan's doing it with Tomb Kings, where they are painting up their armies, in inverted commas, and they can be used in multiple different things. So Tomb King Tristan has got all his Tomb Kings, and they proxy as pretty much every AOS army under the sun. Captain Mannerings has got his Dark Elves, which have got 5 spearheads out of his Dark Elves, plus an AOS army, plus an Old World army. It's awesome. So it's just being able to step back and finding what part of the hobby you enjoy and you actually enjoy, and kind of being really honest with yourself about that, because there's a lot of I have no motivation to paint. Well, if you don't have any motivation to paint, don't paint, and ask yourself why you were trying to paint in the first place. Brutally honest stream today, guys. Brutally honest stream today. But then equally, I love kind of setting you all little challenges for like the overlords and things. And the kind of the goal with those is just to kind of free your brain a little bit, free your mind, and focus it on something different that maybe the anxiety isn't like kicking in. And there was the 100 coat Space Marine that got sold on eBay, didn't it, for like stupid amounts of money for charity. But actually, if you think about that, it had a little bit of mental clout behind it, because you could argue that when you got home from work to kind of unwind and relax, you picked up the model, you got your paintbrush, you slapped a coat of paint on it, and that was the start of your evening, that was the start of your time. And it was kind of like a mental reset, a freeing mental reset, where you just kind of slosh some paint on this model and start off. Anyway, I'm going to shut up because I feel like I'm almost talking, I don't know, I don't think I'm talking around in circles, but maybe not getting my point across. Or not really my point either, it's like my thoughts. Is that your spearheads? So your Dark Elves proxy as Lumineth, Daughters of Cain, Stormcast, and Soul Black Gravelords. That's really cool. As long as you're having fun, it doesn't matter who else's work is better. It is indeed, yes. Comparison is a thief of joy. Yep. And that applies to absolutely everything. It's a stream of consciousness, indeed. And what is fun? What is fun? Like if you ask Rich Gray about any of his painting, and he tries to paint something simple, he gets carried away because he really enjoys adding all the tiny little micro marks on his paint jobs. He just gets like completely like blink it in. Very stream of consciousness. I hope it made sense. That looks really cool. I quite like that. Right, we're gonna do some blue, I think. But yeah, like if you ever struggle with it, just ask yourself seriously. Shall we reactivate that? I don't know why it went green. Right, I'm gonna do the blue. I think I'm gonna do the blue. So let's get some blue. because I like model building. I've liked and enjoyed model building for absolutely years, and I enjoyed the building more than the painting when I was a kid. And I still, which is also why I really enjoy the building part. I very nearly went and picked that model up and said, look, I really enjoy the building part, but I can't do that. I really enjoy the building part, and I still really enjoy the building part. But since I got back into the hobby, I've started to enjoy the painting part as well, which I never really enjoyed back when I was in the hobby to start with. But having access to seeing everybody else's work and like talking to Rich and like seeing Golden Demon painters and realising that I can paint at that standard, it's been really interesting to get up there, kind of thing. I mean, as long as you have fun, it's fine. Well, not fun. As long as you... I don't like the word as long as you have fun. I don't like the phrase as long as you have fun. Because there's all sorts of, like... I don't really have fun painting. I enjoy painting. I have fun hanging out with my friends and telling jokes. That's more fun than painting. I enjoy painting, though. Yeah, I find it inspiring as well. That's why I really like talking to Rich, because I find his work inspiring, and once you have an idea about your skill set, you can be a lot more honest. Hopefully with yourself, you can be a lot more honest about being inspired by things, because you think you can, not think, you know you can kind of step up and achieve it. Like, if I want to be a better footballer, I have to go and play football. If I wanted to be a better tennis player when I played tennis, I had to go and play tennis. I played tennis 10 hours a day for 10 years. Like, if you want to be a better painter, if that's your end goal, if you want to be a better painter, then you've got to paint. And the analysis of, or the paralysis that you sometimes feel when you're picking up a paintbrush, oh, I don't want to ruin the model, etc., isn't going to cut it. Hey Monster, how you doing? For someone who wants to become a much better painter and currently not a notive, what's the typo there, Monster? Like same thing. Like if you want to be a better painter, you got to be honest with yourself about where you are and whether you want to be a better painter for yourself, for competition, for tournaments. What's the end goal? How are you going to measure that? Oh, novice. Currently not a novice. So you're not a novice, but you want to be a better painter. I mean, there's an awful lot of... I mean, firstly, I'd say follow Rich Gray on YouTube. And follow me on YouTube. Of course. Follow Rich Gray on YouTube and try and copy some of his stuff. There you go. He's got lots of tutorials on YouTube. And you've got to paint. You have to paint. Like, I know this is a commission, and I know this is a commission. And I know the time scale and what the end goal is going to look like. Ooh, got some more flesh here. But yeah, you just got to paint. The biggest piece of advice, really, if you want to improve, is slow your brush strokes down. Everybody is better than they think they are. Everybody paints too quickly. And I realise I've just gone really quick on that model, but that's because I've got the repetitions and the muscle memory in, so I know that was the brush stroke I was trying to do. But generally everybody paints with their brush strokes too quickly. There you go. Biggest piece of advice. Biggest piece of advice. Slow your brush strokes down. And there's loads of kind of little pointers and things that are beyond that, but yeah, slow your brush strokes down. And for God's sake, don't go, oh, I want to paint non-metallic metal. Oh, with Tommy, nice. Yeah, Tommy's awesome. I like Tommy. Tommy knows me. I know Tommy. With multiple best army painting, but I can never make anything wow. I'd recommend variety. Pick up some things that don't need to belong in an army and paint all sorts of things. You'll learn faster than painting a whole army in a set scheme. Yes, so yeah, that's a really good thing actually. So Rich, myself, like I know when I'm army painting because I'm in a completely different frame of mind. But if I'm not army painting, like I'm just like doing a one-off, like throw around. There's so much variety between that and that. Like there's so much variety in finish. And stuff there. I really need to get back to Lilith. I want to finish Lilith off. Super clean. So yeah, variety and understanding the variety. And also, like if you watch Rich a lot, and you watch his videos a lot, he'll talk about, and I talk about as well, I'll talk about like the spotlighting. So if I'm painting, I don't know if I've got an example. You need the contrast, and you need some kind of, you need to start trying to make kind of like this. You need to start trying to make the model tell the story in terms of where the light is coming from. So we've got this is all really bright up here and it fades down to darkness down here because this is going to be the focal point. If you think of this as a painting, where do you want the person to look? Well, I want the person to look up here at the head because that's the interesting part of the model, right? Therefore I need to make it look as if he's got a spotlight on his head. So all of this here, that highlight there is brighter than this highlight down here because I want people to look up here first. So all these highlights are going to be brighter. That highlight on the red is brighter than this one. Obviously it's not finished, but so you've got to start looking at, if you want a wow factor, pick one model and kind of push it further than you've ever pushed a model before. Just pick one model. Like if you're painting for Golden Demon, I think, and I've said this a lot, painting for Golden Demon is really important, I think. If you want to improve your painting, no matter whether that's like I want to go from slap chop to slap chop 2, like just improve a little bit. If you're in that mindset, paint for a competition, because at the end of the competition you'll hate it and you won't understand it up until the competition, and then after the competition you'll be like, that's awesome. Like I've painted this and this is the best model I've ever painted. And the mindset you need to have for painting for a competition is just keep painting. Like this isn't finished. Like I don't. Where's my Glorfindel's all the way over there. But like painting for a competition, like I'll paint this bit here and I'll put a highlight on it. Put a highlight up here. And then I'll be like, well, just keep painting. And then you'll just kind of keep refining and keep neatening up and keep adding tiny little highlights. And then you look at it and you go, just keep painting. And then you add another little bit in here. And then you have a look at it again and you try and kind of simplify everything out. So, yeah. Anyway, that's a massive waffle. Hopefully there's something in there that's of use. Like I need to finish this guy because he's really cool. Like the non-metallic. And I know I said a second ago, don't just want to paint non-metallic. But the non-metallic on here was really fun because it's nice and bright and it's going to hopefully draw your eye up to his head here. So we've got this kind of nice line across here. This is going to be a flame pistol, so it's going to be quite bright. So you're going to have all this kind of line across the top, and then all the way down here is really dark. You can see I've not highlighted it as much. So yeah, but this is a finished side, and that's an unfinished side. And the difference, this took 3 minutes, and that took an hour. Like it doesn't look much different. But in the just keep painting idea, it's like, oh, I'm going to put a tiny little hotspot there, and have that. Imagine that that's got like a little bit of a dint in it that's catching the light. Whereas this is, well, that's where I want the highlight. I'm just going to do that. And then when I come back to painting this, I'll go, well, there's a little brush mark there. I'm going to make that a feature. I'm going to put a little dot on it and things. So it's just keep painting. As long as you enjoy it. If you actually enjoy painting, then you should be able to look at a model and kind of keep painting it. It's weird. It's really difficult. And I struggle with this. Like, I was talking to Rich again. I know I talk about Rich a lot, but Rich is amazing. And he's a really good friend. And I promote the shit out of him all the time. Exclamation mark Rich if you don't follow Rich. He's an artist. I'm not an artist. In terms of, I never had that kind of teaching. So I've sort of picked it up and I think this is how you do it. So yeah, anyway, hopefully that sort of made sense. Yeah. Well, I had a shocking art teacher. Right, where are we? I had a shocking art teacher who told me not to take art, so I was pretty kind of neutered as a kid in art, so it's fine. But yeah, just practice. And like one of the other thing, if you do go to Golden Demon, ask one of the people who have won an award to have a look at their model, because if you have a look at the model, basically all you're doing is you're applying paint with a paintbrush. And if you've got good brush control, which is why you need to keep painting, if you want to be better at painting, just keep painting, then you should be able to look at somebody's model and go, oh, I can see what they've done. Like the first time I saw one of Richard's models in my hand, I was like, wow, that's really cool, but I can see all the brush strokes, I think I can do that. And then I painted Glorfindel and I was like, oh, I can do that. Because it's the just keep painting kind of thing. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling now because I'm probably making no sense still. Did I paint his arm? Yes, it's over there. Did I finish that? Yeah. Lazy blend again. So yeah. Yeah, watch lots of people, and if you see people who you like how they've painted, like Infernal Brush on Twitch, paints amazingly. Like, he's one of the best painters in the world. I don't like the style that he paints, but he's phenomenal. So because I understand how painting works, I learn brush skills from him rather than the style in which he paints. I learn styles from people like Rich. Can I run faster than Rich and can I steal this? Oh yeah, painting bravely. Yeah. If you make a mistake, that, again, I say this a lot as well. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake on a model. Like, paint bravely, because if you make a mistake, you can just paint over it. That's the joy of painting, and that's the idea of just painting over something was one of the things that helped me freehand. Yeah, can I run faster than Rich and steal this? No, I never thought that actually. I did look after Neil's. Does everybody remember Neil's Dark Angel that he won the Slayer sword with? I looked after that for the weekend because he didn't have a model case, and I did, so he gave it to me to look after for the weekend. I definitely steal that. Yeah, Mannerings, it's an interesting one because my nephew's currently doing photography, and I was really excited to hear what he did on photography. And I asked him the other day, and he said, oh, I haven't taken a photograph for 3 months. Like, they took photographs at the beginning of the term, and they've been doing things with that photograph for like the last 3 weeks or 3 months or whatever. Like, that's not engaging photography teaching. Engaging photography teaching should be taking a photograph every week, at least. Like, you should be taking photographs every day, let alone every week. But you take a photograph every week, and then you can do something with that photograph at the next lessons. Art school for uni and did practically nothing. Yeah, I don't know whether to do art school. Maybe I should do an open university art thing. Also, I want to do some sculpting. That's another thing I've been chatting with Rich about recently. I'm going to do some sculpting. I might even plug my Wacom tablet back in. I think more specific. Anyway, thanks everybody for hanging out. It's really cool. You should run the Fro School of Artish. Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to do. I would like to do a painting class. Doing a painting class would be cool. I'd have to. I don't know what. Okay, so random question for Twitch chat. If you were to come to a painting class with me, what would you want me to teach you? Because that's one of the things that I'm not sure what I would teach. Like I've taught all my life. I taught swimming when I was a teenager. I taught tennis coaching. I taught computers for a little bit. I taught tennis coaching. I taught photography. I've done a little bit of like painting teaching. Kind of a hard question actually. I find that really difficult because I could do a class on how to paint non-metallic metal. I could do a class on like how to paint cloth. I could do a class on how to paint faces. I could do a class on like how to position lighting correctly. But like I saw Tommy on a painting phase load the brush and squeeze the water out of the brush. I almost died. Never seen it before. Kind of a hard question. Brush control basics and painting a base layer. Like there's a Twitch clip where I paint with 2 colours on my brush because somebody said, "Oh, how did you do that blend?" I was like, "Well, I just had 2 colours on my brush and blended them." So many brush control basics are not taught at all. Lighting is one area I could definitely improve on. I have to try and because I could ask Rob at the TSN if I could use the TSN to do a painting thing because he's done it with Cult of Paint, so I could definitely do one. Frono's painting. Fronosphoto.com. Yeah, Frono's painting. But yeah, it's how many YouTube videos are there on hedge highlighting or a style of phase or glazing? Yeah, and like well, there aren't any YouTube videos on glazing and edge highlighting and things like that because it's all slap chop. That's the thing. YouTube is now all just slap chop. And like, if anybody wants to learn non-metallic metal, I send them a link to Richard's video where he paints non-metallic because it's one of the best videos on how to do non-metallic. But it's one of the best videos because it's a conversation about non-metallic rather than do A, B, and C, and there you go. About how to photograph your mini at a good level. I can't do a course on how to photograph a model because it would be the course would be 10 minutes long. It would just be 10 minutes long. Yeah, Lou's done a good vid on that. Right, anyway, I'm getting distracted. I need to paint the blue. There is a little bit of imposter syndrome as well because, like I say, I'm not knowledgeable. I'm just like experienced, if you like. So there's definitely a little bit of imposter syndrome, which is why I'm always like, oh, I'll just go and check Richard's video. Rich has done a really good video on this, etc. Rogel Dawn one is non-metallic. If you want to learn how to do non-metallic, you watch Richard's Rogel Dawn video. It's phenomenal. It's like an hour long though, and it's just a conversation about non-metallic. Because non-metallic is... it's not a painting technique. Like, there's no technique to it. It's just a set of rules about where you have to place the highlights. There we go. Thank you, Tari. There's Richard's link. So yeah, the Stormcast one. The Stormcast one is a really interesting one because you could legit paint an entire Stormcast army like that. Like he paints that Stormcast, because he paints a Stormcast in about half an hour. And what did I do it on? I did it on... did I do it on a Custody? I can't remember what I did it on. Can't remember what I did it on now. Tari 2 being awesome. Thank you, Tari 2. He uses an airbrush. What, on Dawn? Oh, on the Stormcast, yeah. That's what you do, isn't it? I saw it online. You load a tutorial, they use an airbrush, you lose your shit. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. Oh my god, he's used an airbrush. I haven't got an airbrush, so I can't do it. Honestly, bloody Paul's complaining about airbrushes in videos. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I've had so many videos as well where I've had people comment on the video and say, well, I can't do that because of X, where in the video I say it's alright if you don't have X because you can just do this. And like it's so frustrating. It's like, it doesn't matter if you don't have an airbrush, because literally all I've done is paint it XV88 with an airbrush. So you can get a big brush and you can paint it XV88 and then start from there. But they don't listen to that bit. Yeah, but what if no airbrush? Yeah. He's not even filled his cap. Are you watching the Rogel Dawn one or the Stormcast one? The Stormcast one's very good as well. I can't remember. So Sorry for the wall. Hope that makes sense. Oh, right, by the way, what I was trying to say, Chris, it took me about 7 months using techniques before I realised I didn't know how to paint, and I started to watch live streams of people using a brush on the palette to learn how to even load the brush. But pure basics are just not taught, which is why I think Slapchop is successful, because it's an easy process and so on. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Monster! What a ledge! Thank you very much. That's incredibly kind of you. Wild Blades, Drexos, Marquis, Sponk, and Hammer. Welcome to the crypt. Hype, hype, hype. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, I've had actually that's quite interesting, because I've had lots of people come in here and comment about, like, it was when I was painting the text on the purity seals. You know how I haven't got her because she's all wrapped up and packaged and ready to send off to Hannah. But you know how Celestine has the purity seals hanging off her? Well, we did text on all the purity seals. That was like the latest one where somebody said, "Oh, I've never like noticed brush work," kind of thing. He hates us and we reciprocate. So I think actually being in a stream and watching somebody paint and what they do with the brush is really interesting. Like I've got, I know these two brushes are absolutely shocking, but this one's really nice. Nice little point on this one. Anyway, yeah, I'm rambling again. I'm rambling and I'm out of tea. So I should probably at some point go and make a cup of tea. Thank you very much, Monster. That's very kind of you. What do you think of the Stormcast, Tari 2? Tari 2. Tari's awesome. Just seeing the time. I need to go make some food. Bye! Been trying to get someone into Blood Bowl and they've never painted a mini before. I've been wondering how to even teach someone the absolute basics of how to paint a mini. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? Like when somebody starts painting, you don't want to... You kind of have to know the person, because if you think that they're just not going to be interested in painting, you sort of have to introduce them to Slapshop or Throw Slap. But if you think they are going to enjoy it, or they might have like an ounce of talent, you kind of have to introduce them to like base layers and then a highlight. Like base layers and highlight is probably the where you'd start. It has gaps, Crystal. Also, built and prime that dragon I showed you yesterday. I'm going to do it similar to the forest with a... Oh, nice! I was thinking base coat wash highlight. Yeah, the base coat wash highlight thing is probably the way to go. Probably the way to go. If you think they... Yeah, it's like if you think they can cope with it. Not even cope with it. They think they'll enjoy it. If you think they want to paint, then try and because the one thing that Slapchop doesn't improve, it doesn't improve your brush control in the slightest at all, really. Oh, this has got weird eyes. Anyway, if I did a painting course at TSN Arena, who would come? Or would it depend on what I was teaching? I don't know how to get the best out of it myself. Yeah, I hate contrast. It's, if you think about contrast, if you think about it like this, Tari, if you want to paint a model purple,
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
if you want to paint a model purple, if you spray it white and then contrast it purple.
Navy blue rhymes with poo. Scrape it off my butt and wipe it on you.
If you contrast it purple, you then sort of have a starting point. So if you think of the contrast paint as a base coat, you sort of have a starting point to then kind of paint everything on top of it. Yeah, that's probably the... Contrast is just an ink. It is and it isn't.
Christopher doing teaching. Is it how to paint ultra stuff? Like
No.
ultramarines,
No.
ultracrons,
No.
ultra cows,
No.
ultra elves,
No.
ultra tomb kings.
No! So that one is an ink. That is an ink. That's much closer to an ink than that one. That one isn't an ink. And they kind of have, they have some really, really interesting properties. They kind of have like a hydrophobic thing that pulls the pigment and stains the surface and then pulls the pigment in, which is why you can see like an ink and then like a more heavily pigmented medium in most contrast paints. So they stain the surface and then they settle and give you the shading, whereas these ones are more inks. So these are really good to add to normal paints to give you a little bit more punch. So if you want to paint orange, for example, you get some orange paint on your wet palette, you add a bit of this, then it gives you a bit more saturation. All these are really good through the airbrush and things like that. Like this is, that is Imperial Fist Yellow over Mornfang Brown. Yeah, contrast as glazes is basically where most people sit, I think. What do you reckon, purples? They are coming on well, I think. Hope you think they're coming on well as well. I will have a look at some lesson ideas then. We are going to have to paint a really nice model at some point soon though, because we've been doing army painting for quite a while now. Painted a great model, but I painted two. Cheers, sex dudes. I need to check the tracking and see where that is. I need to send you the tracking as well for that. That reminds me, I need to give my airbrush a bath. It was refusing to cooperate last week. We'll see when it arrives. I will send you... I just got the Chimera Violet. Ooh! I'll send you the tracking Saxtus. Completely in love with Chimera paints at the moment. And some Army Painter. How many used to paint for about 6 months? Yeah, lots of people seem to hate Citadel paints, which is a little unfair. Citadel paints are very good, but yeah, lots of people are enjoying the Monument ones, and Pro Acryl I think is also another popular one. I didn't say you. Sorry, I've been having an interesting kind of brain dump stream, Tori. I certainly didn't mean that you hated them. It's just where my brain went in that part of the conversation. I didn't mean to say that. Didn't mean to suggest that. Citadel and Tamiya. Wow. I have at least one Tamiya paint. Everybody knows why I have that Tamiya paint. I am going to need to get some metallics. Tamiya metallics for the Gundam, because I'm going to need to spray the skeletons in Tamiya metallics. On the Sazabi. Which was that metal everyone raves about at the moment? Was it Vallejo? I don't know what everybody raves about. To be honest, I don't pay much attention to what people rave about. Is it the Vallejo metal colour? The metal colour ones are pretty well. The metal colour ones are rather nice through the airbrush. That's metal colour. That Gundam frame is metal colour. The Army Painter ones are pretty popular. The Army Painter ones are like contrast metallics, though, aren't they? Turbo Dork metallics, I found the grind was too thick. I didn't particularly like the Turbo Dork stuff. And also, I can't stand colour shift paints. I have a hatred of colour shift paints. PTSD over losing best painted army nominations to armies that have just been colour shift painted. It's one of the most annoying gimmicks that came out for 40k paint. There we go. There's bitter me, bitter Chris. So yeah, the reason why I like the scale colour ones is that the grind of the metallic is so fine in scale colour that it goes on. A, it goes on really smoothly, and B, because the grind is so fine in the metallic flex, it looks a little bit more in scale. Like that looks, I don't know how you describe it. Like some of the Games Workshop ones and Turbo Dork as well. Like the flex are so big, then the scale of everything just looks wrong. You love colour shift paints. Oh. You should use colour shift paints on painting a Titan. No! No! If I wanted to paint... See, this is my thing. I like painting. I enjoy painting. Going back to that conversation we had earlier, it was like, oh, you've got to have fun when you're painting. Well, I don't particularly have fun when I'm painting, but I enjoy painting. If I wanted a colour shift look on my model, I would paint a colour shift look on the model. Because if you colour shift paint a model, then the colours on the model shift appropriate to the size of the thing that you're holding, not appropriate to the size of the actual model you're trying to represent. So I really don't like colour shift paints. So I would, if I wanted this to go from, and we did it on Alfarius, when we painted Alfarius for the raffle. We did Alfarius from purple through green to blue. So we did that kind of colour shift, but we did it with paint. So we painted this side was purple, this side was green, and then this side was blue, and we kind of did all that blending all the way across on the model. So it shifted its look. Because then you have control over where all the highlights and the colours are sitting. So, yeah, I think colour shift on Gundam would be pretty. Don't make me comment on that. I don't like colour shifts. It's like when people say it's easier to paint text with a fine liner pen than it is to paint it with a paintbrush. Well, actually, no. Would be an excellent way to upset Chris. Good to know. Yes, it would. It would. Yeah, I am massively not a fan of colour shift paint. But if you like them, that's fine. Absolutely fine. Not. Right, what's everybody doing tonight? I've got I did order all my Gundam stuff, so that should be coming. What day is it? It's Tuesday, isn't it? So that should be coming. You're doing nothing to discourage me. That's excellent. That's good. That is good. So Chris is going to show us colour shift paints on a Gundam. No, why? Why? Why, Sophie? Why? Why? I don't like colour shift paints. I really like Gundam, and I'm going to do a really cool Gundam. Why would I use colour shift paints on Gundams? Might do some painting. Nice one, Tari. Currently painting a more time? Oh. Look how cool these look. In fact, for this one, I'm going to make his eyes on his shoulder pad glow. There we go. You can have 4 eyes looking at you. Colour shift more time. No! Stop it. What time is it? 5:30. Okay, we've got loads of time. Some Moonstone minis. Have you got your Gundams out of their boxes yet, Teeny Tiny? I want to see. We want to see those boxes. We want to see what's in the box. We want to see what's in the box. What was the neat effect? So yeah, a lot of the painting effect things, I'm like, I'd rather just paint them. It's a big gun, so this one can have glowy eyes on the gun. I think that's all of them. Oh no. 2 more. I haven't ordered Optimus Prime yet. Optimus Prime will be my birthday treat to myself. Closer to my birthday. one's already done. That one's not. Gundamus Prime. He looks really cool though, doesn't he, Tari? How cool does he look? Dead excited to get him. So Tari, I don't know whether you were in the stream. So when I was 9 or 10, the new Optimus Prime model came out as a toy, and I wanted him for Christmas. And my mum and dad went looking everywhere for it because they did want to get me Optimus Prime. I ended up getting Bumblebee. But they went everywhere looking for Optimus Prime, and they didn't get it. Couldn't find it anywhere. It was sold out everywhere. It was the toy of that year. So I never got him. So I was going to treat myself when I saw that model. I was like, oh, that is amazing, and it's a Gundam, because I was like doing some Gundam research stuff, like just finding models that I like to try to expand my horizons and like objectively look at why I liked certain models and things. And then I saw that on a video. I was like, wow, that's really cool. Do I like Mordheim? Of course I like Mordheim. Of course I like Mordheim. I had an Orc and Goblin gang back in the late 90s. That was my Mordheim gang. And then I had a Vampire Warband later. And if I did one now, I have no idea actually what I would use. Yeah, I can't stand colour shift paint. Colour shift paint, yeah, I don't like colour shift paint. I've painted colour shift as a look on a model. If you paint a model in colour shift paint, it just looks like you've painted the model in colour shift paint. It doesn't look like the model has a colour shift to it. Poor Mini Frofro. I know, right, Tari? So anyway, we're going to correct that, and I'm going to get myself that model for my birthday, and then I'm going to try and make a little cool base for it. Try and oh shit, what was their planet called that blew up? Shit. What was their planet called? What was the Transformers planet called that blew up? Anyway, I'm going to make a little kind of a small plinth for it, so it can stand there and looking like Cadia. The Transformers came from Cadia. Cybertron. There we go. Thank you, Cybertron. Yeah. So I'll do like a base that has like a little bit of a Cybertron look to it, and then he can stand on that little display, but like display base. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about this dude. Yes, Optimus Prime. He's awesome. Transformers are way cooler than Cadians. I don't think that's even remotely up for debate. Look at that. I am Prime! And he comes with an axe and a big gun. He's awesome. He's proper cool. The only thing is he's quite expensive, so I'm being patient. I'm keeping an eye on. I keep refreshing this every day, and I'm keeping an eye on this. As soon as that drops to like 4, I might panic buy it. But until then, I'm okay trying to be restrained and not get it too early when I don't necessarily have the money to put aside for it, kind of thing. Like bills and things first, and then this guy closer to my birthday. But yeah, he's awesome. Is that Amazon Prime? No, it's Optimus Prime. It's Optimus Prime. But yeah, he's awesome. Oh God, no. Oh, Lego. Is this going to be good? Oh Oh dear. I mean, at least it's cheaper. It's cheaper, right? It's cheaper. I don't have to worry about that one. We do like Lego. Lego's amazing. That's better. The only thing about this one is that it doesn't transform into a truck, because the truck was always cool. Optimus Prime in his truck form was always awesome. So I might have to find like a Tamiya kit that's in his truck form. But yeah, I mean that's just badass. I love it, and it's got so much detail to it as well, which is one of the things that I found I didn't like about the Gundams that I didn't like, was that they didn't have any detail and they just looked like toys. Whereas when you go to some of the videos where they are modifying them and customizing them, they're adding the detail in so that you get a sense of scale. Sense of scale is big for me, it turns out. So yeah, that's hilariously brilliant actually. That is very, very good. Look at his tiny little hands. Thank you, Tari, that's awesome. Can't you get websites to do that sort of thing for you? To do what sort of thing for me? Right, so we've done all of that. We've done all of that. I suppose we need to. Oh my god, Tari. You can get price trackers, I'm fairly sure you can get stock trackers. I know, but it's just up on my okay, he's cool as well. It's just up on my Chrome. Every time that's really cool. Oh my god, it's even more though. Every time I open up my Chrome, that's just there, so I just keep an eye on that. It's fine. And also, that's the cheapest one I can find in the UK. He transforms? No! Oh my god. Tari! Oh my god. Tari's not helping. Tari isn't helping. Tari, why are you not helping? Tari 2. He transforms, god damn it. You don't pay me to be helpful. That's very, very true. Pay you to just be awesome. Come to think of it, you don't pay me. I mean, you're already awesome, so like I'm not sure you need payment to be awesome. You are already awesome, so paying you to be awesome is kind of futile. Being awesome isn't cheap. Yeah, that's true. Should have thought about that, shouldn't I? Damn it. It's alright, Tari. Being from a royal household, you'll be alright. Come to think of it, you don't pay me. Has everybody watched the new Black Mirror yet? Yes. Most of them are great. I was really disappointed that the evil genius crazy girl, spoilers, didn't survive. I was really disappointed with the ending of that one. I was like, just let the evil genius crazy girl win once. Just once. Mrs. won't watch it gives her anxiety. Oh no, you should definitely watch the crazy evil genius lady. I've given up watching Black Mirror considering they're just living it now instead. Yeah, it's true. I think it's episode 2. Evil genius crazy girl is episode 2. Let me check. I'm currently watching House. Again. I mean, the Daily Mail. We need the opposite show. White Mirror. How good would White Mirror be? Black Mirror, there it is. Andor does start next week. Yeah, so, episode 2. Yeah, episode 2. Tari, at least watch episode 2. Episode 2 is complete. There's no anxiety in episode 2. There's nothing like horrible or anything. Episode 1's fucked up. Because it was too close to real life. Did they? Well, it's alright, because we've got wrestling as well. Oh my god, no. Just stop making noise. Just shorts of stuff like, wow, we are all so happy in the... Actually, has everybody... What was the article? There was an article that I saw shared on a social media the other day where the Gen Z lot have found... they found the home cafe. And they've found that you can make coffee at home now, and you don't have to go to Starbucks to get your coffee. So they've actually found, Gen Z have found that you can make coffee at home. Spoilers. Wait until they find out that you can do restaurants at home as well. Oh my god, their brains are gonna be like, wow! It's called a kitchen. And I can cook my spaghetti and my carbonara meal from this restaurant that I like at home in something called a kitchen. The death of Starbucks is my dream. Wow, what a revelation. I can't believe it. I can't remember what the article called it. Like there was a line from somebody on TikTok or something. It was something like a home cafe. Something like a home cafe. I blame the parents. They will confidently hop on social media to tell us all about how amazing this new discovery that only they know of. Only they know of this thing called a kitchen. There was another one. It doesn't even have a kettle. There was another one where there was a girl absolutely in floods of tears, asking how normal people actually have a life when they work 9-to-5 job, because she has to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to get ready to go to her job, to get there for 9 o'clock. She leaves at 5 o'clock. She travels to get home. She does a little bit of food shopping on the way back. She gets home at 9 o'clock. She cooks. She goes to sleep. She wakes up at 7 o'clock. She gets up. She gets ready to go and work for 9 o'clock. She's like, how do you do it? I can't. I haven't got any time. Some of them are trolls though. Yeah, some of them I do kind of guess must be trolls. My niece is Gen Alpha. What's Gen Alpha? She's dumb as a brick. Oh, I love her to bits and she's lovely, but she doesn't know anything. Living to work is pain. Still better than all the tech bros that keep reinventing public transport, but more expensive. I mean, have we got Uber public transport yet, where you have to Uber to get to an Uber? It's really old and is a genuine question. It is, yes, it is. It is a genuine question. Right, what are we doing? Just the revelation of what work is. Right, what time is it? 6 o'clock. It's been a good stream today. Well, I don't know whether has it been a good stream today. I feel like I've brain dumped a lot at you. I don't know whether brain dumping makes a good stream. Does brain dumping make a good stream? Where you guys ask a question and I just brain dump for 2 hours? What's everybody going to do this evening? And what's everybody got for dinner? Let's do the food chat. What's everybody got for dinner? Sarah Dikey on YouTube not knowing how to cut an avocado in half and saying helplessly that she doesn't cook. I was here, therefore it was a good stream. That is true. Everyday Tari is here in stream is a good stream. Because it's Tari 2. It's Empress Tari 2. Princess Tari. Queen Tari. Queen of the Twitch. Queen Tari 2 from Kensington. If anybody ever goes to Kensington, make sure you know how, like, when you see a magpie and you say, hello Mr. Magpie, how's your wife? Like, whenever you go to Kensington, just make sure when you walk into Kensington you go, hello Queen Tari, I hope you're having a good day, because it's just a polite thing to do to our Queen. Empress of the Galaxy, Atari 2. Massive, massive, massive Kensington Castle. I have Korean barbecue meatballs. Depends on the brain dump, I guess. How was my brain dump? Mr. Mannerings with the amazing beard. Oh, Tara, you weren't here yesterday, so you haven't seen Captain Mannering's amazing beard. If you go into the salute section in Discord, Tara, you get to see Captain Mannering's amazing beard. Hendy's beard is way better than yours. Hendy's got an awesome beard as well. I can show you a picture of me with a beard if you want. I hate the Twitch. You've seen it. Atari 2. You're also weird about it. It's because people have amazing beards. Like Mannering's beard is amazing. My beard's terrible. I look terrible. I look terrible in the beard. Right. Sadly, he won't let me plait it. What? Unbelievable. We want... imagine you look like a castaway with a beard. Do you want to see a picture? Do you want to see a picture? Shall I get a picture of me with a beard up? See if I can find it. I'm pretty sure I put it somewhere where I could find... Yeah, there it is. Hands up in chat if you want to see me with a beard. You can let me know whether I look like a castaway. Doesn't look great, does it? It don't look great. It don't look great. Why do you look like an entirely different human? Amish vibes. Right, I'm going to go make some food, I think, everybody. Thank you very much for hanging out. Has anybody got any questions that they want to ask before I go? Please tell me a brown to replace Rhinox hide. Replace? Rhinox hide's fantastic. Why would you want to replace? Why would you want to replace it? What's the brown for? It's changed colour. Boots. I quite like. Where is it? Where's it gone? Black leather from Scale Colour. I can't find it at the moment. Black leather from Scale Colour is a really nice boot colour. Yeah, no, I really like Rhinox hide. Even if it has slightly changed colour. Like, it's still a really nice brown for boots. So it's not like you're going to be able to match the old Rhinox hide, so just use the new Rhinox hide. Or mix Mournfang brown with a bit of black. I did. Do you want to see, Tari? Here you go, Tari. Terrible, Tari. Terrible. Don't look great. I did it out of spite at the time. I was doing it out of spite. It probably needed like a little bit of a trim. I didn't know, and I didn't learn how to like trim it and make it look neat. It just always looked messy to me. You were in a folk band? No, I just did it out of spite. My ex is in that picture next to me, and which is why she's been cut out of it. Like Jim Henson. Right, let's go see who is around to raid into. Who should we raid into? Who do we raid into today? Who do we raid into today? Is it just Ren again? We can't keep raiding Ren. Where are the Muppets? I don't actually have any Muppets. I don't have any Muppets. I used to listen to Muppet Radio with my best mate when we worked together. We used to put the radio on every now and then, and we'd like flip between all sorts of random bits of music. I mean, you can keep raiding Ren. I can keep raiding Ren. I do. So I do like. It's a weird Twitch thing. I do like raiding people who stream who also hang out in chat a little bit. And then occasionally there were those ones like the other day where we raided Goldilocks, who was a new person who I raided who turned out to be amazing. So anyway, let's raid Ren. I'm going to go and cook, and I think these are looking great. So what I'm going to do with all of these is paint all the bases tonight so that they've got a bit of, there we go, so they've got a bit of contrast going on. So the bases have got something going on about them. This one looks really cool. I might have to go around and just knock back a little bit of the gold. Like I think these top bits might need to be grey. I think I've put a bit too much gold on some things because that looks really cool. Right, anyway. Take care, everybody. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you very much for the chit-chattery and the fun stuff and the random things that we were talking about today. Hope I was enjoyable to listen to, and I will see you all later. Thanks very much. Love you all loads. You're all amazing. And I'll see you in Discord. Bye-bye.